Yo, thank you for clicking and watching this video. Hopefully you enjoy this segment. If you want to stay up to date with all the releases and videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. As well, hit the notification bell so you always get alerted whenever we're dropping something new. Until then, enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks again. You are sneaking in the AAU tournaments. Why do you think the videos are doing well? Because I know as creators, these are the things we think about. We look at the analytics. You think about the thought process, because even coming up with videos sometimes can be stressful. So you like, damn, this is working. You ever thought like why it worked?
It was the personality aspect. I mean, obviously basketball is basketball. No one was really doing social media basketball youth like that back in the day. Well, I'd say youth, but we were playing in a youth basketball tournament. So, but it was more so the personality side. We were more so doing skits before we played.
Yeah.
Than actual showing basketball gameplay. So we were mixing both in. I think people enjoyed that. They enjoyed that a lot.
Which is smart, because what you're showing more is personality. So now outside of basketball, people are investing in who you are.
Yeah.
And by the way, come look at me hoop at the end of the day as well. So, okay, you sneaking into AAU.
Yeah.
And then I finally see you make the video where you coach your first AAU team. Yeah. All black suit. You know what I'm saying? You come through, shades, all black suit. You're handing out raw jerseys just out of a sack, out of a laundry sack. You handing them out.
Yeah.
And you coach your first AAU tournament. Did that video make you say, this is the wave?
Absolutely.
Because they can't kick me out if I coach.
It was the wave. It popped off. And what's crazy is nowadays I figured out, I do one video for a game. Back in the day, I put 4 games in one video. So I did that. It was like, I don't know how long the video was, because I cut a lot of the game out. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I knew it was the way. They fucked with the personalities. They fucked with the skits before the game and the energy. And yeah, I knew that was it.
So now, the important question, the question I'm sure you get asked all the time, but I'm going to ask you, how was RWE created? How was RWE created, Cam?
My cousin put me on the Raw Wave. My cousin Jalen, he told me about Raw Wave because I wasn't really too hip. He was listening to him a lot, but I wasn't too hip. But then once he introduced, I started listening to some songs. Like, this nigga fire. So I kept listening. I said, this nigga fire. I fuck with Raw. It got to a point, he was my number one. 21 Savage used to be that boy, but Raw was that nigga for a long time. Still to this day, Raw was my number. Like, I was spamming Raw. Anytime I turned music on, it was Raw, nothing else, nigga. So now I was like, man, I made an AAU team. I was like, what's something that's funny that'll click with the internet, but like sounds cool? Raw Wave Elite. Fuck it. I was like, let's just name it after my favorite artist.
Just like
Raw
that.
Wave Elite.
Off the top of the head.
Off top.
First try.
It was the first try.
Damn.
Raw Wave Elite. Now, RWE, I didn't know about that.
Okay.
That acronym didn't really come along until later on when we were looking for a logo.
Okay.
I was like, okay, we've done about 3 tournaments. Look for a logo. And I was like, RWE. And it kind of flew. It flowed a little bit off the tongue. RWE, okay. And then, yeah, man, that shit took off from there.
Do you ever think at this point, like, your name is Raw Wave Elite.
Yep.
Raw Wave, at this point, is the biggest artist in the world. Funny enough, at the time you did it, Raw Wave wasn't even that big yet.
He wasn't.
Right?
Yeah, he wasn't.
So you got to think, Raw Wave got to catch a win in this shit at some point. You ever think you and Raw Wave going to link up and do something? Is it like possible? Is it too much to think, maybe something that can happen one day?
Man, I'll tell you what, man, I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. The first time Raw Wave followed me was 2023. He followed me on TikTok, not the gram. It was TikTok. It was after New York. We went to New York for AAU. We just did tryouts, and we had about 1,000 kids show up for a tryout. It was the craziest shit ever in my life. And we did a whole Ray made a whole mixtape to it. Raw Wave commented on it. That was the first time he took notice. Now, since then, I can't really say he took too much notice until maybe last year. He had an idea. We FaceTimed. I got his number. We talked a lot. Then it kind of was a dead period. He's in album mode and things like that. Until about 3 weeks ago.
Uh-oh. Hold on now. You about to break some news?
Until about 3 weeks ago, I get a DM from him, interested.
Yeah.
His master plan he had last year, it's finally coming to light. So like, okay. And he wanted to work. He wanted to partner. And so he got me in touch with his management and his people. Had a conversation with them about 3 days ago. And I have a meeting set next week in person to meet with them.
Wow.
So, not Rod, just his peoples.
Yeah, just
eventually that'll happen. But yeah, man, it's looking like something's brewing.
That's so fire. And the reason why that's fire is because I'm sure you probably get from maybe the older community who not tapped in. You ever get the question like, did Rod Wave approve? Did he ever sue you for this? It's like the fact that he's okay with this, before you even knew who you was, he was liking, commenting. Most niggas be so serious about things, or they try to be involved. Like, hey, take my name off of that. He was with it from the beginning. And what I mean with it, it was love. He liking, he supporting it in a way, commenting. Were you surprised?
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be a situation like, nah, you stop using my name, bro.
Yeah,
stop using my name. But at the end of the day, it was all fun and games, right? I was, he was my favorite artist, and from my view, it was like I'm gonna keep promoting Rod Wave's name. I mean, it's just, he's my favorite artist. I'm just gonna keep, gassing his name up and things like that. And obviously, it caught on, and but yeah, he was known, but he wasn't known. And he started dropping bangers after that, right? So. But yeah, he took notice. I'm just glad it wasn't this thing where he just was like, nah, fuck that. Like, take my name out. If I'm not getting paid for this shit, I don't want you to use it. He kind of let me rock out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that's another thing. When I met you, Maul, Ray, Wag, we all love Rod Wave. Like, play any song on the bus on the way to the game. We eyes closed. We singing that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Yacht Piece. We listening to Rod Wave, and it's so funny because one of my favorite memories, I ain't gonna get too much, was we was in Indiana, and we was just going Rod Wave song for Wild Wave. So I'm like, damn, we got so much fucking in common. But I'm to the point where like, I don't like to use the word fan, but I fuck with Rod Wave so much. If you don't like his music, I kind of look at you a little crazy. Because I'm like, if you don't understand where this coming from, maybe I don't need to fuck with you, man.
Why don't you like
that? Like, why don't you understand this?
What's the real reason?
And people be so quick to say, like, oh, it's like emotional music or like he crying. I'm just like, every song I listen to just sound like a nigga that came from the bottom and finally achieved something. Yeah. It's more motivational than sad. So it's funny how people can hear something and you hear something and you hear two different things. Yeah. Every time I hear something, it's Bottom Boy Survivor. I survived bottom. He's not crying about his situation. He's more so champion that he came out of it. Is that weird to you that people don't understand that?
Nigga, he's so sad. He's sad.
I never understood that.
All I hear is motivational shit and shit that people can relate to.
Yeah, and they act like he ain't got no bangers like Green Light. Ain't shit sad about Green Light, bro. It's just a banger. Yeah. Ain't shit sad about
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos is nothing bad about it. It's nothing sad about that.
Nothing sad about that shit, bro.
Niggas just be, I feel like once the internet get a narrative, they just push it. Even if you don't agree with it, you just kind of like hop on the same train. So it's like a nasty narrative about Rod Wave that's just not true. But shout out to Rod Wave, man. I think that's a great opportunity, and I really hope that goes through. And that'll be super exciting, bro.
That's going to be fun.
That'll be crazy.